I looked at how long before it lays down.
She's had a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was much bigger
Fluffier.
and fluffier, and it was thicker. Yes, you've had a haircut, haven't you? You look gorgeous. You look gorgeous, like a cotton ball. Yes, your name could be Cotton. Yeah. Oh, yes. I bet she would like some Friskies.
Yeah.
Would you like some Friskies like Chapel? Friskies? Here comes a train.
Good thing I was starting.
A choo-choo. Here's this group up here at the park. Again, I showed them weeks ago, but they meet up here, and I don't know what they do, but they have their shields and swords, and yeah, I don't know what all they do. It looks like they're getting ready to fight a battle. If Kevin can sit here for a minute, no cars are behind us. Are they filming a movie? Is the guy in the back holding? No,
it's this little jousting stage.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Are they gonna stick out their swords? Yep, somebody got poked. Did a review of the Impossible Burger for his lunchtime review channel. He brought it home to me. He put it in the microwave and heated it up because I told him I didn't want a cold burger.
And I took the pickles off.
Oh, that was nice of you because I don't eat pickles on my burger. So I'm assuming that Kevin did not like this because he only ate half of it, but I could be wrong.
First of all, I don't know how you eat a burger without pickles, but, you know, whatever.
I think it's pretty good.
I did too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I bought another Whopper, though, to compare it, so I ate the regular Whopper and wanted to bring that home, too.
I think that is pretty good. The only thing I would do would be put some cheese on it.
I could have got it with cheese. I just didn't get it. I got it just if you order it by itself.
I think it has a really good flavor. It tastes like it's been on a grill, like a burger that's been on a grill. The onion are really strong, so I think that helps it.
Yeah. Well, I took a bite of just the regular, just the patty itself, and it's still pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it's that surprises me that it's that good. But you know, if you're vegan but you want to eat something,
if you're vegetarian.
If you're vegetarian, but you want to eat something that still reminds you of meat, then I guess you would like this.
I'm thinking if you're out with friends and they're all going to Burger King and they're getting burgers and you're like, oh, I don't want to be left out, so you get one of these.
Yeah.
I think you'd be happy with it.
I don't mind that at all. It's not something that I would get all the time. I would rather just as soon have the regular because I'm not a vegetarian. But if you are vegetarian, I think you'll like that a lot. We're at the post office. Kevin just went in. Make sure my music's turned down in the car. Somebody left a comment that a review that we did from a company has been in trouble with the Better Business Bureau. This company, it was called Bacon Mamajama, I think is how you say it. They sent me the bacon chew, and they didn't even contact me first. A lot of times, most of the time, if a company's gonna send me something for free, they'll send me an email saying, are you interested in reviewing this? Well, they didn't. They just sent it to me, and I was really glad to get it, and I thought it was really nice. And I personally have no problems at all with this company. I did not order the stuff online though, so I went to the Better Business Bureau and they actually have a score of an F. And I thought, well, does F mean fantastic or does F mean fabulous? and I learned that F doesn't mean fabulous because I typed in there's complaints, and so I knew. And then I typed in like hostess, for example, and because you can type in any business on there and they have an A, so it's like, okay. So what I want to tell you all, the reason I'm bringing this up is because just because a company sends me something and I had an easy time with them does not mean that you will necessarily, because like I said, this in particular, I did not order online. I did not ask for, so I can't even tell you how their system works. But apparently they've had trouble because from what I have read through the comments, people have ordered things many times and they haven't received their stuff in the mail. So there's an issue going on there. So if you know the video that I'm talking about, then that's it. And you know, I am very particular about ordering online anyway. I do like ordering online. I like ordering online from Amazon quite a bit. But I remember when I made that video, I put a link in the description so that you could click on it. The link takes you to Amazon, but you're still buying from that company. So I guess the lesson is buyer beware, because you just never know. You know, and with food and stuff like that, we don't often order food from Amazon anyway, just because it's so very expensive. Usually if I'm putting the link in the description for something on Amazon food, it's because people in other countries can't get it at their local grocery store. Because if you can get out and get to your local grocery store and get it, then that's what you need to do, is you need to get it there. We must have gotten something in the mail, because Kevin went in the post office and he's not back yet, and usually he's in and out, but we haven't been in a few days. So I wanted to tell you all, we watched 2 shows, one of which you all, not everybody, if you're in the United Kingdom, you've been telling me about it for a few weeks. The show Inside the Factory came on recently, and they did a special on Bakewell tarts. Well, a bunch of you had told me that they did a special on Bakewell tarts, but you didn't tell me they were Mr. Kipling. So oh, there he is. He's putting something in the trunk. So other companies make Bakewell tarts besides Mr. Kipling. Oh, now he's going back in. Okay. So apparently we got a big box, and he had to go get it from the people, and now he's having to go back in to get whatever. So we watched it, and it was Inside Mr. Kipling, and they showed how to make the Bakewell tarts, and it was fantastic. And they said that the icing, the almond icing on the top, is the most expensive part. They put all the cherries on by hand. Literally, there are people standing there. I could have that job. I could do that job. I would be good at that job, because I'm just very meticulous about things, and I like to just get it done and do it, and I would totally have that job. But it was awesome to get to see inside the factory. But then also they do a little history of, you know, where did the Bakewell tart come from. And they talked about Bakewell, England, and how they just like claimed the Bakewell tart just to get tourists to come there. And you can go get gas or go to you'll probably want to go to Walgreens first, won't you? But it was really cool, because they were talking about how in France many years ago, it was so crowded that there was funky. Yeah, there was a bad odor problem with all of the there weren't enough the sewer system, I guess, or whatever system they had. Yeah, it wasn't big enough for to deal with all the people that were living there. And so they would take gloves, the wealthy people, they would take their gloves and they would scent them with almonds. And I told Kevin, like almond extract and stuff like that, I could literally take that and put it behind my ears as perfume, because I love the smell of almonds, the almond extract. It smells wonderful. But so we watched that, and then we watched another one, Secrets Inside the McVitie's Factory. My two favorite companies in the United Kingdom are McVitie's and Mr. Kipling. Very, very favorite. So we got to watch them make custard creams and bourbons. Is that how they say it?
Bourbons.
They don't say bourbon. They say bourbon. It's hard for us to say it.
It's like you got marbles in your mouth.
Yes, it feels so funny to say that. It's like you're butchering it, but they don't say bourbon. It's because it's not bourbon alcohol, it's bourbon. Anyway, and then they made the Cars water biscuits, and I did not know that Cars and McVitie's were the same company. I had no idea. So that was a really, really good show. And then we watched one more. Oh no, we watched two more actually. We watched another one about what was that one called? It was like in Vegas where you're eating the buffet.
Yeah, 3,000 calories a minute. No, that was the other one. Yeah. There was another one we watched. A mega buffet. It was interesting. But then Kevin mentioned, like, it was called like 3,000 calories a minute. And if you've ever watched on YouTube, it's Food Meets Beard, or Beard Meets Food, or on YouTube. If you've ever watched his channel, it was a show about competitive eating. But it was dealing with 3 different people in the United Kingdom. And I used to watch him all the time. I used to be subscribed to his channel. I'm not anymore. I got out of watching it because it made me want to eat. Period. That's why. You know, when you sit there and you watch somebody eat 13 Krispy Kreme donuts, what do you want after that? You want a Krispy Kreme donut. And so for me personally, I just had to quit watching it. But that was a really cool show as well. We worked our way, and I'm not going to give anything away at all, so don't worry. I talked on my blog, I blogged about some of the Avengers movies that we've watched, and I might have blogged about like maybe 6 different ones, but then we watched the rest of them so quickly that it's like I couldn't keep up with writing about them, and I guess I still could, but I'm not going to. I know I won't. But if you've ever watched the Ant-Man, I thought it was so interesting how they made Michael Douglas look young. And I told Kevin, I said, that just goes to show, I mean, they really don't even have to pay actors and actresses. They could draw or do whatever they need. Kevin thinks it would be too expensive. He thinks it's cheaper to pay people than to get people to do the graphic art. But I mean, they made Michael Douglas look young. They made, what was the other one that they made look young? Samuel L. Jackson. They made him look, I mean, like a kid again in another movie. It's just absolutely crazy to me. But we finally did watch, we worked our way through all of them. I watched Endgame, and I just have to say it was a fantastic movie. Absolutely fantastic. There were so many levels to it. So much was going on. It was so in depth, and the things that they did, it was just fantastic. It really, really was fantastic. I enjoyed it. The only movie that we really worked our way through that I probably wouldn't care anything about watching again was Captain Marvel. it was all right, but for me it was like a one-time thing. I would watch it again like years and years from now, but it's not like my favorite.
What'd you think about Doctor Strange after you watched it the second time?
Okay, Doctor Strange, yeah.
She didn't like it the first time.
I didn't watch it the first time, but I hadn't been watching any of these movies either. So now that we worked our way, we watched them in chronological order. The second time I absolutely loved it. I loved it, and I would watch that again.
Oh, really?
I liked it so much, yes. So the first time I was like bored, and I don't know, I could not get into it. And you know, sometimes, to be honest, you have to be in the mood. It's just like you have to be in the mood for certain foods. Sometimes you just you're not in the mood for a certain show or a certain movie. And I don't think I was into it, and I hadn't been watching the Marvel movies, and so I absolutely loved it. And let me tell you, the one that came as a huge surprise too that I loved was Spider-Man. And the reason I say that is because I loved Tobey Maguire. I thought Tobey Maguire was a terrific Spider-Man. I thought it was a great movie. I loved it. So I thought, there is no way that I'm gonna like this kid, this teenage kid in this movie, and I did. He was great. He was a terrific actor.
He played it more like what you would expect him to actually be like.
Yeah, and it was so funny, and that's what caught me off guard too, is he has the friend in there, and there are just some funny moments. But that's something that surprised me. If I had to, if you asked me what was the biggest surprise throughout the whole Marvel series, that's what I would say. I would say I never expected them to be funny, and they are. There are just some of the most hilarious moments. And Iron Man says, Tony Stark says that he has the funniest lines, I'm telling you. And I could spit them out right now, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to, you know, there's people that still haven't watched them. There's people that are out there like me who haven't watched them, and I want you to so bad, because they really are good movies, and I'm glad I watched them. We got a package in the mail today from Bobby Hula Mama, and I opened the box and I see what's inside, which is a total surprise, but I haven't opened these boxes yet. She has sent me 2 Starbucks Been There series ornaments. I cannot wait to see what they are. Okay, so the first one, oh, it's a California Adventure. And yes, I love it. It looks identical to the big mug. And she just, I guess she saw the ornaments and she knew that I didn't have it and decided to get it for me. This is what it looks like. I love that. And the other one, let's see. Oh, I don't mean to be dark. Am I dark? Oh, the Disneyland. I love this one because I love the colors in it. And this looks just like the big one. The wildest ride in the wilderness. The happiest place on earth. So let me show you these. I love the color. I love the pastel, the pink. I'm so excited. I said it, I think, like a week ago. I'm so excited to get that little tree down, that little flocked Christmas tree. And we found it last year at Walmart. And I've never had a flocked tree before. And if you don't know, a flocked tree just means it has the white stuff on it, like the white powder looking stuff. It looks like it snowed on it. But I've never had a tree like that, and I didn't know if I would like that. And it turns out it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, I'm sure when I bring it down, you're gonna get white little pieces, but all you have to do is, once you have it in place, you know, you just vacuum up under there. And last year I bought a little a cheap blanket from Walmart, like a gingham blanket. It was probably like $2.50 to $5. I don't remember how much it was. It's like a throw, and I wrapped it around the bottom, and it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love it. And I put it in the den, and that's where we watch TV every night. And so it just adds a light in there that is not in there any other time of year. And it's just, it's special and it's magical. And I know that's just, I sound corny, but that's just the way it is. And so I have all my little Starbucks mugs and some other little special ornaments on that tree. So I can't wait to put these on there. Thank you so much. I love them and I appreciate it very much. I want you to look at this giant bug outside the door. I mean, it is huge, and I went to touch it because I thought it was dead and I was gonna move it and pick it up and show it to you, and it is still alive. Look how big it is. There's my finger. It's huge. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that is a big fly. I don't know what kind of fly that is, but look at it. Look how big it keeps. There we go. His eyes are huge. I have no idea what kind of a fly that is. I wanted to show you all the shirt that my sister ordered for me. She ordered it on Facebook from a place called Southern Bliss Boutique, and I love it. I was actually just wearing it, and I couldn't show you properly in the mirror, so I took it off and I laid it here on the bed. She got me a large. That's what I told. She asked me what size I wore, and I said a large. And I don't like tight shirts, so for me this is perfect because I will tuck it in and it'll look really nice. But I love how they did this. She said that what the girl does is she splashes it with bleach and then she lays it out in the sun, and so it has that technique all over it. It uses that technique. And yeah, you can even see where it was like wrinkled up a little bit. But I love it. My sister got one for herself just like it. I think it's adorable. But the shirt itself, it's so soft. It's very lightweight and soft. And Jennifer said, you can wear it all year. You don't have to just wear it, you know, for Halloween. So it's not near Halloween yet, but I chose to wear it today. So I wanted to show it to you up close. About a week ago in the grocery haul, Ashley showed you where she had bought, she had been to Bath & Body Works and bought this rose water and ivy. She bought the body cream and the fragrance mist and the shower gel. She also bought the little car freshener, the scent portable, I think is what it's called. She bought that. I don't know what else, I don't remember what else she bought. Anything that she could buy in this rose water and ivy she bought. So the reason I brought that up is because, that I showed you that again, is because the first night that she brought that stuff home, she went and she took a shower and she came back out and she almost choked Kevin and I to death. I mean, literally, we could not breathe. And because she had used the body wash in the shower, and then when she got out, she had put the fragrance mist on and the lotion. So when you use all three of those together, I don't know how she could breathe herself. I think my skin would have suffocated if I had put all that stuff on at one time. But it was literally like we were in the den watching TV, and she walked in, and it took a long time to get that smell out of our noses because it was that strong. And she said, well, maybe I overdid it a little bit. Maybe from now on I'll only use like one or the other. So that's what she's been doing, and it's been a lot better. But I used to be crazy about that rose, that specific rose scent. There was a company called Taylor of London, and I first found their stuff at Epcot, and I was just crazy about it. And I'm going to show you a video that I made. It's from 2008. So keep in mind, It's from 2008. It's an older video. I look different in it. My hair was short. I had just lost a lot of weight, and so the shirt I was wearing was like, I think I was still wearing like, it was a bigger shirt that I had, because when you're in the process of losing weight, you don't want to buy new clothes the whole time, or I didn't, because, well, we didn't have a lot of money to throw away on some clothes. If I'm going to keep continually losing weight, then there's no point to go down a shirt size and then go down another shirt size. So I made up my mind that I was going to wear the same clothes until I was finished, and then I would buy some new clothes. And so I had to switch pants during the process, of course. But shirts, I just kept the bigger shirts, and then once I lost the weight. So anyway, this video that you're gonna see, I'm talking about the Tailor of London. I wasn't comfortable talking in front of a camera, so if I seem rigid or like it's taken me 10 years to tell you the story, then it's because I just wasn't comfortable talking in front of a camera. But I hope you enjoy it.
We went to Disney this summer, as you know, and I needed to get gifts for each person in my family. So when we went to Epcot, Epcot has different countries: England, France, Mexico, Germany, China, all kinds of places, Canada, and each of those countries has their own gift shop, and the things in that gift shop are supposed to be unique to that country. I did see things that were very common here in the United States, though. For instance, in England, you could get Harry Potter books. Well, you can buy a Harry Potter book anywhere in any bookstore in the United States. So that wasn't unique to Epcot like I thought it would be. But I did find this Tailor. It's called Tailor of London. And this is lotion, and this one, the one I fell in love with, is called Elegant Rose. And it was about $12, $13 for this bottle. This is 8.45 ounces. And I bought one for my aunt and one for my mother, and I wanted some for myself, but I had already bought a t-shirt that said England on it, and or that had the flag of England. And so I didn't want to buy anything for myself. I felt guilty. So I just bought these for my aunt and mother, and thought, well, I just won't get myself any. So I came back from Epcot, gave these to my aunt and mother, thought I was really giving them something special, unique, they couldn't get anywhere else in the United States. This was from England. So I went in a store last weekend called Home Goods, and what do you know? Home Goods had some of these Tailor of London Elegant Rose lotion, and they do have other fragrances, but I like the rose. If you like the smell of a fresh bouquet of roses, this is for you. This captures the essence of the rose. So what killed me was when I saw it at Home Goods, it was only $4.99. $4.99 for the same bottle of lotion, unique lotion, that I bought at Epcot for about $12. So I went back the other day, and I thought, well, I'll go to I bought the one bottle, and I thought I'll go to their website, and that way, when I run out, I'll order more. But the website is really, it's no good. It doesn't tell me where I can buy more. It doesn't tell me anything that I want to know. So I thought, I need to go back to Home Goods, and I need to buy all that they have of this, because Home Goods is one of those stores where they get new things in all the time. I figured I saw that they were selling out of this product. They weren't getting it back in, so I better go get what they had. So I did return to Home Goods, and for $4.99 a bottle, I bought the last three. Now, they did have other fragrances, they just didn't have any more rose, and they did have rose body, what is it called?
body soak, or bath soak. Bath soak. But I do not soak in a bathtub. I don't take baths. So I bought the last 3 bottles of lotion for $4.99 each. You can see that. But I just wanted to show you, you know, it just, you live and you learn. Thought it was different. I thought it was something rare to Epcot, Disney. Thought, wow, Disney's got some neat stuff in that nobody else can get. So just thought I'd give you that little tidbit for today.
The reason for showing you that video is because now, all these years later, it is amazing how much we change. Not only can your opinions change about, I don't know, like political things, but they can also change about foods. You can either, you know, you can start to dislike a food, you can start to really like a food that you've never liked before, but also scents. I have learned scents are something that I can really like at one time, and maybe I just overdose on them, but I've learned that I do not like that scent anymore. That scent in particular is extremely strong rose. It's very in your face, and I don't like it at all. So Ashley's bought all this stuff, and she loves to wear it, and she thinks it smells absolutely terrific. And some people will still will love it. Will think, and maybe it's an age thing. Maybe, I don't know. You would think that since I've gotten older, that my sense of smell wouldn't be as heightened, but it is like it has grown. Like I can smell. As my eyes have gotten worse, my sense of smell has gotten better. I'm like Guido. Guido is blind as a bat. Can't see a thing, but boy, he can smell everything. And maybe that's what's happened with me. Years ago, Bath and Body Works had this smell. It was, and I know they still have it. I don't know what it's called though. It was something with cucumber. And it was a, one of those, antibacterial hand sanitizers, that's what I mean, and it was cucumber melon or something, and I used it for so long that I got so turned off of it that I have not used it since. I mean, and I will not use it, and I do not, the smell of it completely turns me off. And that happened just after using it. That happened way back. So like I used it for probably a year, and after that, when that year was up, it was like, I don't ever want to smell this scent again. And you know, I would be okay if they never made it again. And they still do make it. But it's like, that is one of those that I do not want. So this rose, for some reason, I went to a lot of trouble to get it years ago. And I used it and I loved it and I thought it was terrific. But I would never ever buy it again. I'd like to end this week's vlog by doing something a little bit different. I want to share a poem with you that it's new to me. I'm sure many of you have read it before, but I loved it so much that I wanted to share it here. It is from the Roald Dahl Treasury. Ashley bought this at Half Price Books, and it has 75 selections from the best loved books, and many of these books I have not read. So this, like I said, this was new to me. It is called The Pig, and it is from Dirty Beasts. There's what the picture looks like. In England once there lived a big and wonderfully clever pig. To everybody it was plain that Piggy had a massive brain. He worked out sums inside his head. There was no book he hadn't read. He knew what made an airplane fly. He knew how engines worked and why. He knew all this, but in the end, one question drove him round the bend. He simply couldn't puzzle out what life was really all about. What was the reason for his birth? Why was he placed upon the earth? His giant brain went round and round, alas, no answer could be found, till suddenly one wondrous night, All in a flash, he saw the light. He jumped up like a ballet dancer and yelled, "By gum, I've got the answer! They want my bacon slice by slice to sell at a tremendous price. They want my tender juicy chops to put in all the butcher shops. They want my pork to make a roast, and that's the part'll cost the most. They want my sausages and strings. They even want my chitterlings. The butcher shop, the carving knife, that is the reason for my life. Such thoughts as these are not designed to give a pig great peace of mind." Next morning, in comes Farmer Bland, a pail of pig's will in his hand, and Piggy with a mighty roar bashes the farmer to the floor. Now comes the rather grisly bit, so let's not make too much of it, except that you must understand that Piggy did eat Farmer Bland. He ate him up from head to toe, chewing the pieces nice and slow. It took an hour to reach the feet because there was so much to eat. And when he'd finished, Pig, of course, felt absolutely no remorse. Slowly he scratched his brainy head, and with a little smile he said, "I had a fairly powerful hunch that he might have me for his lunch. And so, because I feared the worst, I thought I'd better eat him first." So there's my little poem for you for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next week.